Good afternoon, students. Today we will go for a new chapter, unit number 3, chapter 7, body fluids and circulations. So last class we have discussed about the respiration. This is the new chapter, how it will be the circulate the whole body, especially that respiration, what you are taking oxygen, that also how it will be circulate the whole body. So everything it is another things, the body fluid, blood circulations, our digestion also we are completed, the digestion products and all our food methods, how it will be digested and how it will be moved to all the body and it will be converted into the energy, everything we can see in this lesson. So what and all we can learn in this lesson means, first what is the body, importance of the body fluid and different types of blood groups and what are the blood coagulation factor and blood vessels and their properties, circulatory system, and we know about the peak of ECG and identification what are the disorders of circulatory system. So particularly large animal like mammals are more coming under the category of animals. Okay, we also they depend on the locomotion to find food, which an energy consuming process. Nervous system is required to the coordinated activities by sending the nerve impulse that involve energy. All living cells have to supplied with the nutrition, oxygen and other substance and have to remove CO2 and waste product from them. It is therefore essential to have a efficient mechanism to transport of these substances to and from the cells. Different groups of animals have evolved different method of transport. Very small organisms like the sponges and coelentrates, the circulatory system, water from their surrounding enter their body cavity, then it exchanges substitution by diffusion method. Which method? So diffusion method, underline the word. More complex organism, they are having a special fluid, but well organized, they just transport the body, whole body. Such materials we call as a bulk flow. So it will be pump. So our mechanism, our body having a heart is the pumping machine. It will be pumps all the fluids in our whole body. The phenomena of the bulk flow fundamental to many physiological processes. What are they? So already I told, respiration, digestion and excretion. Okay, the bulk flow of fluids can transport substance to long distance faster than by diffusion method. The human circulatory system can circulate the military of the blood from the heart to feet and back again within 60 seconds. How many seconds? 60 seconds rather than 60 years, which may be needed if it were by diffusion. Within our body, the transport system help in the coordinating of physiological process by transporting chemical signals from one place to another and assisting in the defense of the body by transporting immune cells to the site of the infection. So in this process contribute to the overall homeostasis. What do you mean by homeostatics? I already told home is temperature, it will be level. So what is the level of their in internal atmosphere and external atmosphere? It will be level respiratory gases and hormones, nutrition and waste product of the heat. So it is carried by the circulatory system. So see this figure. So lungs is the exchange of gas, you know that, the carbon dioxide and oxygen. The heart is the pumping the blood and liver also it's included. The temperature regulation is followed by the endocrine glands and the cell digestion and kidney tissues. These all together will form and complete the circulatory process. So it is everything it is needed. That is a schematic representation of the major circulatory function. These all the organs was involved in that. So in this chapter then only we can clearly study in this chapter only. So within our body transport and the coordination is going on that, and oxygen and the carbon dioxide are exchanged with the lungs and tissues, whereas nutrition from the digestive system are carried to the liver and the waste from the tissues are carried by the blood and finally removed by the kidney. The hormones are transferred to the target organ. Circulatory system help to maintain the homeostatics of the body fluids and body temperature. The homeostatic regulation of the cardiovascular system, it maintains the blood flow or perfusion to the heart and brain. The vasovagal snap signals from the nerve system causes a sudden decrease in blood pressure and the individual faint from lack of oxygen to the brain. Okay, in this chapter we can learn about the heart and blood vessel work together most of the time prevent such problems. Body fluid. The body fluid consists of water and substance dissolved in them. There are two types of body fluids are there. The intracellular fluid present inside the cell and the extracellular fluid present outside the cell. The three types of extra fluids are there. What is that? One is the plasma. It's very important because it is the components of the blood. The blood flowing in the capillary from an arteriole has a high hydrostatic pressure. This is a high level of pressure. Okay, this pressure is brought about by the pumping action of the blood, and it tends to force water and small molecule out through the permeable wall of the capillary into the tissue fluid. The volume of the fluid which leave the capillary to form tissue fluid is the result of two opposing pressures. Okay. So the water potential is lesser than the hydrostatic pressure inside the capillary bed, which is enough to push fluid into a tissue. The tissue fluid has low concentration of the protein and that of the plasma, the venous, and the capillary bed. The water potential is greater than the hydrostatic pressure, and the fluid from the tissue flow into the capillary, and water is drawn back into the blood, taking within the waste product produced by the cell. Next, composition of the blood. Blood is the most commonly fluid in the transport substance, and blood is a connective tissue consistent. So it is the plasma constitute 55%. Underline the word. In the total blood of the volume, how much plasma is present? 55%. The remaining 45% is the elements of the blood cells. The average blood volume is about 5000 ml, that is 5 liter in adult. So if your weighting is 70 kg means some compulsory you have a 5 liter or 5000 ml you need. Okay. So this is the composition of blood, and the plasma and other blood cells are present in this combination, only present in our blood. Next, what is the plasma? It is a consist of plasma, mostly water only. So what consists of water, how much percentage is there means 80 to 92%. The plasma protein inorganic constitutes 0.9%, organic constitution is 1%, 0.1%, and the respiratory gases are dissolved. There are 4 main types of the plasma protein synthesized in the liver, and albumin, globulin, prothrombin, and fibrinogen. Underline this and all important. Albumin, what is that? It is very, very important for the osmotic pressure of the blood, and the globulin is the protein component. It is transport the iron, hormones, lipids, and assist in the immune function. Next, both prothrombin and fibrinogen are involved in the blood quality. Organic constituent include urea, amino acid, glucose, fats, and vitamins, and the inorganic constitution. So includes the chloride, carbonate, phosphate of potassium, sodium, calcium, and magnesium. The composition of the blood is not always constant. Immediately after a meal, the blood is the hepatic portal vein has a very high concentration of the glucose, and in transporting the glucose from the intestine to the liver where it is stored. The concentration of the sometimes the glucose is absorbed by the most product, so it is too much to the protein consumption. So if you are consuming more protein, means the glucose will be absorbed. But if your glucose level is low, means it is also depending upon that absorption of the glucose and the protein. Are you understood what I told? Next, the body cannot store the excess of amino acids. But what will do? It will be digested. Okay. The liver breaks down the excess amino acids. So who will do that work? The liver will do this work. Then it will be produce a urea. Okay. The hepatic. What do you mean by hepatic? I already told that hepatic means liver. Okay. So hepatic vein has a high concentration of the urea compared to the blood and other. So that's why we call this the hepatic artery or hepatic vein. So the vein only we call as the hepatic portal vein. Okay. So these are the plasma combination. What and all going? Plasma, what and all having? Prothrombin, fibrinogen, everything, albumin, globulin. This 4 content present in the plasma. Okay. This and all organic constituent. How it will be going in? How it will be connected into the liver? That is hepatic. This and all is discussed now. Okay. So next class we will see the remaining part. Thank you, students.